What's up, guys? Welcome back to Desert Built. Today we are going to be going over 5 things that I love and 5 things that I hate about my 2015 C7 Corvette. Let's get into it. First thing I think would be overall quality of this car compared to the previous generation Corvettes. I've had a few of the C6s and C5s, and this C7 overall is much better in my opinion. As far as build quality goes, the only flaw on my interior after 10 years is that button right there and a little bit of cracking on the seats. For a 10-year-old car, it's been holding up great. A lot of my C6s, when you'd pull out of a driveway or go over a crease or a bump or a speed bump, anything, you would hear the whole interior just rattle and creak, and it was like it was flexing with the car. C7, really quiet ride. Really no issues with the interior quality on this car. Plastic doesn't rattle, plastic doesn't shake. Feels really good. Leather for 73,000 miles on this car, I'd say is in pretty good shape. It's got some minor cracking down here. But overall quality, much better than the previous generation Corvettes. That's my first thing I like about this car. To start off the list of what I dislike this 8-speed transmission. I really like the 6-speed and the C6. 8 speeds, first to second on a cold start, once you let it warm up, your first shift on this 8-speed, which is on the 2015 Plus automatic. 6-speed only came in 2014 for 1 year of the C7s. That's the tranny that was in the C6. I really did want a automatic 14 if I was going auto, but this 15 popped up and I couldn't resist. So we did get a 15 8-speed. But like I was saying, the shift from first to second on this 8-speed, the first shift of your drive is very jerky. Once you get that first shift out of the way from first to second with this 8-speed, it's flawless. That is my only thing I dislike about this transmission. Is I'm just used to that smooth 6-speed that came on the C6s. That's my first dislike about this car. Second thing I like about this car is just the overall looks. Ever since I was a kid, or younger I should say, the Corvette has really grabbed my attention. It's always been the car that I've wanted. The C7 is just everything I've ever wanted. The looks of it, the performance, it's a great car overall. And the looks you really just can't beat. For the price tag, sub 50 grand, I personally don't think there's a better car out there that looks like this, performs like this. And like I said, the second thing on my like list is just the overall looks of this car. I really don't think you can beat it. Even the C8s, I personally think the C7s look a bit better than the C8s even. Second thing I dislike about this car, the ride quality with these 20-inch wheels. E5 makes a great wheel. They don't crack like the regular Z06 wheels. They're specifically made for Corvettes. I have nothing bad to say about E5. They just don't ride the best. I mean, obviously it's not the wheel's fault. It's a 20-inch wheel. You're on very little rubber with the tire. These come stock with 18s and 20s. Those do ride a bit better. It's just, you don't really buy this car for the ride quality. You know, going over bridge transitions onto concrete when you're traveling and stuff, because we do travel with this car quite often to the events and stuff. But the ride quality on the freeways, and you know, you feel every little bump. We are used to prerunners and big trucks and stuff and other cars, but it's not the greatest ride quality. The material and everything inside is great, but as far as bumps and, you know, potholes and stuff, you feel all of it. As is expected with the Corvette, it's just going up to the 20s, it makes it a lot more noticeable. So keep that in mind if you are gonna get different wheels for your car. Note that you do lose a bit of rubber when you do go up in tire size. And with that, you do sacrifice ride quality. On to the third thing I like about this car is the quality of the leather. There's minor cracking on here. We keep it leather conditioned, keep it as soft as possible. It's just a comfortable seat overall. Like I mentioned before, we do travel a lot to the events in this vehicle, and really neither of us get sore on our back, or it's really a plush ride. It's really a plush seat, I should say. Quality seat, quality leather in this car all the way around, in my personal opinion. No peeling, it's not coming off, it's not bubbling. Really quality leather they used in the C7s. All right, on to the third thing I dislike about this car. 2015 does not have soft close on the hatch. How many times at the car shows I open this up to get something out of it, this or that, and I gotta do that more than once, and I sit there and look like an idiot. You gotta slam, or you gotta drop it from a certain level, a certain height, and if you don't get that height right, it doesn't close all the way. So then you gotta pop it again. My C6 had the soft close. Not sure why they didn't put soft close on the 15s, but I believe the 16s had it. The fourth thing I love about this car is the aftermarket options they give you. The amount of stuff that you can do to these Corvettes, bolt on without any fabrication, is astronomical. You can basically get anything you want for this car. Looks, performance, engine, whatever you want, they sell it. There's tons of shops, tons of companies doing stuff with these. Whatever you want to do, you can do. The world is yours. The limits are fucking endless. Fourth thing I dislike about this car is the visibility. It's not terrible, it's not the greatest. If you pull out in a median, good luck, you can't see that way. Pillars are in the way. It's not the worst, it's just not the greatest. I'm kind of being picky here because there's not really too many things I dislike about this car, so I kind of had to pick some petty stuff. Honestly, it had me thinking when I had to pick 5 things I dislike about this car, because I really couldn't think of any, so I had to start being a little bit picky. And finally, the last thing I like is it's not a Mustang. It's not a Mustang. How many of these events that we go to and there's thousands of Mustangs and 3 Corvettes? I love it. I love every bit of it. I hate being with 1,000 other cars that look just like mine. It's not a Mustang. Sorry, had to go there. Like I said, it was hard to find 5 things I dislike about this car. Sorry, Ford boys. Had to throw that one in there. And lastly, the last thing I dislike about this car is the amount of kids that try and sit on the hood and take pictures. Nothing makes me more mad when you sit on my vehicle without asking at least. I don't want to be that dude, but when your parents are standing right next to you and they don't say nothing when their 6-year-old is denting up your car and scratching up your car, it's kind of irritating. 100% parents' fault. If you got kids out there and you go to these car shows, you go to these events, make sure they don't climb all over the car like a monkey. All right, guys, hope you like the 5 things I like and dislike about my car. It was really hard to do, to be quite honest. There's not many things I dislike about this C7. It's a great car for the price. Really can't beat it. Check out our other videos. We appreciate you guys. Desert Built, signing out. On a side note, how mad do you think these old folk will be here at this golf course? We do a little startup and quick rev for you. They can't be too mad, right?
Get hot up and really love it.
Yeah, buddy.
Plenty of C5s out here. We're the only C7 desert built. Looking pretty. This is a permitted event. Parking garage, park and chill. Just a little event to get together, park and chill, nothing crazy. They're still coming in. That's bad.
Rồi, đang vui.